Hi, everyone. The overbought conditions of the market are starting to put pressure on the overall price action. The New York Stock Exchange, you can see, was down 0.14%. Volume was basically even with the day before, so while technically volume was lower, that is a good sign. S&P 500 closed up 0.05%. You can still see that overall, though, we're not having any really selling pressure. However, whenever we look at this chart, you can see that the rate of ascent is slowing down, and if I just start to just keep moving my mouse in the same pattern, you can see that normally would want to lead to a rollover. So we need to be careful up here for sure. Dow Jones Industrial Average continues to move higher. Pocket pivot point buy signal in today's session, but with it closing in the lower half of the range. It's not that bullish, but still, overall, the rate of ascent is strong. Too bad we can't get any updates on above average volume, but whatever, it is what it is. The NASDAQ, overall, solid session, up 0.11%, closing around mid-range overall, but still, good session, closing where it opened. Volume was well below average, though it was higher, so it kind of is a churning day. The worst index of the bunch is the Russell 2000, and the move yesterday was pretty good, so to completely reverse it, that's a pretty bearish engulfing pattern. So we'll have to wait to see what the market wants to do, but I would assume that it's pullback time. Indications of that is one of my buy stops, for instance, was triggered today, but closed below where it even opened. So I wish I could get rid of that bubble. Oh well. So it closed lower than even where it opened, but overall, it still is, in play. So this is a 50% sell signal early on. Just going to go ahead and sell 50% of it, and we'll go ahead and leave our hard sell stops on the book, which mine is below the low a day of this session right here. Close below that low a day, and Man H will be completely sold. We could get a full sell signal on an end of day basis before that happens, but that's my just in case sell signal. OVTI is closing below the 20 and 10-day moving average, not moving anywhere for quite a while since our long signal. So that is going to be a 50% sell signal. My final sell stop is with the move below this day. So I have a sell stop on the book right there. Melly is not acting right following its buyable gap up. Tried to cheat a little bit and buy it a little bit late in the pattern. Didn't move up immediately, but was basing nicely and looked like it was going to be a great buy stop candidate. But today it's kind of trending lower now, heavier volume. So that's going to be a sell. And obviously I have my sell stops just below the 131.06 level. Right around 130.96, I do believe. So it won't be much longer until we get completely stopped out of Melly if it doesn't move up higher immediately. And TEDU not moving up immediately. This was the second, so this was really the long signal here, but I didn't buy it because of the weak close. But I got my strong close the very next day, so I kind of put this all into one. So here's a 2-day chart, and that's what my signal date now looks like. So the low day of here is going to be used the final cut loss. So whenever it does this day, the second day after we went long, it was not a sell yet for me because I'm not using that bar, this bar right here, as my trigger bar for the entry and exit. But the move today, it's pretty bad now. That's now 3 days down in a row following the long position. Now we're starting to get a pretty big percent loss. So to one of my sell stops in TEDU did triggered. Sadly, it was the one just below the 13 level. So my first sell stop loss is actually triggered at a pretty shitty fill. But if you can get out in the morning at 1308, you'll get a better fill than me. Final cut losses below this low right here for TEDU. So 50% of TEDU. Also, CNET not moving higher immediately. It's first time it's traded at 206 since our long signal. It got down to 207 one day, but now at 206. That's no good. And with it closing below the 20-day moving average, no good. So it's a 50% sell. I see it's up after hours, so good. Means we just get a better fill. Doesn't mean I want to keep holding it. And then AMWD closing below the 10-day moving average on above average volume. Pretty close to the 20-day moving average, found support off it. Hopefully it continues to bounce, but the volume was pretty big, and it completely not only erased the gains of the breakout day, but of the day before. So pretty ugly reversal, knocking out some of our gains. So it's 25% sell signal. PAM, 20% sell signal. Confirmation closed below the 10-day moving average low a day. Here was our first day low right there. A close below 1120, and we're completely done. So right here, it breaches the 10 days. Technically, if it closes below 1122, we should probably want to start selling just because there's so many other strong stocks, but we didn't. and now we're closing down lower again. But volume's dropping, support at the 20, and BOP is rising. So we'll probably find support here, hopefully. But if not, we'll get out of 20% of it right there. And then full sell signal on the speculative stock NLNK. It hit my intraday sell stop, which should have been like 30.53. And of course, you know, it's closing higher than the 30.53, but it is what it is. I'm not too worried about it. So if you don't have all your sell stops and some odd reason you're long this stock, don't know why you would be unless you went ahead and bought after the video, which even then, this is just really, this is a my play. It's a full sell signal. And speaking of a my play, I actually do have a my play that I'm not going to give out to anybody else but those guys right now watching the video. Didn't even post it in chat room. BPTH, not risking too much if I'm wrong. First sell stop will be below 289, and then second sell stop will be below 281. But I like the BOP. I like the volume surge. If you look at here, look at all that volume lately. Pretty hot looking chart on the short term. Isn't in the 20-day BOP yet, or even close to my extreme BOP, so it's not something I'm that excited about. But you know, it is a position I am considering. However, in the IRA, I don't have enough money left. So the big long position tonight is EQM. This is a 10% signal. Let's say we close near the high of the day instead of so far off of the high of the day. It's a 15% signal. Let's say BOP explodes to max green BOP and we close at the high of the day. No doubt about it, 20% signal. Go, 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 go. We already had a BOP volume and price surge before, then a day of resting, and now another BOP volume and price surge, with volume being heavier than that first volume day and BOP being heavier than the second BOP day, and with price being up more than the first day. It's pretty incredible confirmation. But sadly, in the IRA, this is only going to be about right now, it's about a 2.5 or 3% position. My God, I don't even have enough money to go 5% in it. But after all the sells in the IRA, whatever I have left will go into EQM. For the margin account, EQM is going to be a 10% position. It's a great little signal, as you can see here. Overall, like I said, I like it. Not only is the green BOP in volume and the price surging, but it's also a pocket pivot point signal. It's in 3 separate scans: the Can Slim, the Perfect Speculator, and then the main big one that I scanned last, the price volume BOP. Whenever a stock is in all 3 of those scans, that's a pretty big confirmation that we have a potential big winner. And if we don't, if it fails, if the market's too overbought and we sell off, we don't risk much. 88.09, 87.20, and then what is it, 85.55 as your final cut loss areas. Also, margin account LXFT, 2.5% of account capital. Another pocket pivot point signal to match the last one. Big surge in BOP, big surge in volume, price breakout. Very high quality Can Slim stock. It's in the Can Slim stock scan and in my price volume BOP scan. So good signal in LXFT. So that's it. EQM 10%. That's the main one. That's the big doozy one. That's the beautiful one. Then LXFT 3% or 2.5%, and then playing around with BPTH with a 1% position in the margin account.